Brothers and sisters, I'm Jesse with Living Tree Community Foods, and we're here in the edible schoolyard of Martin Luther King Jr. Middle School in the midst of Berkeley, California. And I'm here to say a few words about 5G, which is short for fifth generation wireless. It's expected to be 100 times faster than 4G, which is what we have now. There is an international race. The country that takes the lead in 5G will pave the way for its companies to access more powerful wireless technology sooner than its foreign rivals. 5G has been made a national priority. The four major U.S. wireless carriers are racing to roll it out, and they're installing thousands of small antennas on rooftops, on light poles, and they're selling a new wave of 5G compatible smartphones. Now we need to understand that 5G networks are completely different than 4G networks. 5G waves are ultra high frequency and ultra high intensity. The cell phone towers need to be much closer together. It is estimated that the cell phone companies will be putting up at least 300,000 of these small towers. They will be everywhere. Now, just as we are coming to the realization that there is no safe level of pesticides in foods, so in our opinion, there is no safe level of electromagnetic radiation. There's no safe threshold. Living organisms are exceedingly sensitive. They tried to make the case, didn't they, that genetically modified organisms don't matter, but they do. They matter a whole lot. So too, electromagnetic radiation does indeed affect all living things profoundly. Numerous recent scientific studies have shown that electromagnetic fields, EMFs, affect living organisms at levels well below most international and national guidelines. Effects include increased cancer risk, cellular stress, increase in harmful free radicals, genetic damage, structural and functional changes in the reproductive system, learning and memory deficits, neurological disorders, and negative impact on general well-being. Furthermore, it's not only humans, but also plants and animals. As if it were not enough that species are going extinct. We read about every day about the disappearance of insects, and tragically enough, honeybees, on which so much of our food supply depends. The oceans are also being fished out. We are witnessing a deadening of life. 5G is even worse. Dr. Benny Shai from the Hebrew University of Jerusalem discovered that the human skin acts as a kind of receptor for 5G radiation. It draws it in like an antenna. Our bodies are essentially magnets for 5G radiation. Now, a study by the U.S. National Toxicology Program exposed lab rats and mice to EMFs for about 9 hours a day, starting from before birth and continuing up to 2 years, which is the equivalent of about 70 years for humans. The study found an increased risk of tumors of the heart, as well as possible risk of certain types of tumors in the brain and adrenal glands. But this, like all previous studies, was done on 4G. No studies have been done on the health effects of ultra-powerful 5G technology. None. This means that we 329 million Americans are going to be bombarded by ultra-high frequency, ultra-high intensity radiation, and it's all a great experiment. There have been no inquiries into the effects on health. Apparently, nothing must stand in the way of 5G. It's a national priority. What about privacy? What are the implications? The engineers say that 5G's true potential comes from the ability to cheaply link thousands of smaller devices like security cameras, traffic centers, and other surveillance gadgets to a single cell tower at a time. 5G is going to allow sensors all over the place, whereas 4G networks in a square mile can connect thousands of devices. 5G will enable millions of devices to be connected. What this means is that your every move will be tracked. Walking down the street, just going to the store, or standing online at the checkout counter will be recorded. Say goodbye to privacy. 5G is a pillar of the surveillance society. And this in America, where suicides have spiked 30% since 1999, where the birth rate has fallen to an all-time low, and life expectancy has dropped for 3 years in a row. Why not set another national priority? Why not? Why not a network? A network of backyard victory gardens, a network of edible schoolyards, a network of community gardens, a network of children playing in the grass, of friends and family and neighbors sowing, cultivating, and harvesting together. A network of empathy, a network of loving kindness, my dear friends. So, may I close with asking a favor? Asking you to plant an historic apple tree. This is the time. Right now, in the midst of winter, it's apple tree planting time. Go forward, brothers and sisters. It's a privilege and a pleasure to share with you.